Hi everybody, it's Jennifer with AJ & Co. And I thought that I would show you this awesome tray that I found the other day at the thrift store. It's a letter tray and I'm actually going to turn it into something from a front door. So if you like this project, I would say hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and make sure that you sign up for notifications. We're releasing a video every Saturday. So let's get started. So, like I said, Alice and I went thrifting a couple weeks ago, and this is one of the things I found. It was actually one of those wall trays that you put your file things in. It had the little bracket on the front, and it had these little things on the back, but I decided I'm going to turn it into something for my front door. And so I took that hardware off, and I took the brackets off, and I've lightly sanded it. I took a little bit of wood filler and filled in the holes from the brackets, but I'm not really concerned about it looking too perfectly because I'm going to paint it anyway. So I decided what I was going to use today is this celery color and this Waverly paints. I thought it'd be really pretty for the springtime. I'm going to paint it out. I'm not too worried too much about the back, just mainly around the front and the sides, and then I thought I would fill it with flowers. So let's get started with our painting. Just gonna put some paint in here, which I guess I could really just take it right out of the container, but just in case I missed something when I was sanding this down, I'll put it on there to save my paint. I don't know if you can tell or not, but when I was cleaning this up, I noticed on the back there was a sticker on it, and this is actually from Pottery Barn. It's a letter tray that they still carry because I did a little research and went online, and I found out this thing retailed for $79 originally. And I got it for $4.25 at the thrift store. So I would say that's a pretty good deal. Because it's kind of got this veneer on it, I'm probably going to have to do a couple coats of paint. Get it on here. If I do a couple of light coats, I think the coverage will be better than trying to really lay it on thick with one coat. And you could always spray paint this if you didn't want to brush the paint on. I just really found that I love this color, and I really like this paint. I've been using it quite a bit for spring, but I figured I'll take the time and brush the paint on. Again, like I said, I'm not too concerned about the back. If you get a shot of the back of this, you'll actually see where I was trying to figure out which paint I was going to use. It's kind of gnarly on the back, but I'm not too concerned about that. It's going to hang on my door. No one's going to see the back. And it doesn't have to be perfect anyway. Anyone comes to my house, they know there's going to be some flaws. So, not too concerned about that either. Just get it painted out. Also, because I'm going to fill this with flowers, I don't really think it's necessary for me to get all the way down inside these boxes. I'm probably just going to go far enough down into it so that when it's standing up, you don't see any of this off-white. But again, even if you do, I don't dislike that color, and I don't think it'll detract from it. So I'm not overly concerned about that either. Okay, so I've got 2 coats of paint on this. I painted it yesterday, and then I let it sit overnight so that paint could really set up. And it's still kind of a little rough, but I like that look for the chalk paint. And so since I'm going to put it on my front door, I thought what would really be cute is a monogram. So I made one with a big W and our last name, and I'm just going to kind of center it on the front of my box. So let me get started. Just going to peel this away. This I was able to do, I actually purchased a monogram font for my Cricut, and I was able to go in and create this, but you can buy these online. You can find them a lot of times at Michael's and places like that too, and you can pretty much do just about anything you wanted. I just kind of wanted a monogram for mine, but you could put anything on here that you wanted. I'm just going to take this tool that I have and I'm going to try to work this decal up, making sure that I get all these little swirly and ribbon parts. Sometimes they don't want to come up and you got to really work with it. Because each one of these letters in my last name is individualized, I got to make sure I get all those as well. So it'll take a minute, but it'll be well worth it once I get it all together. I'll use my ball here and kind of rub it one more time. Again, this ball is really great. It just kind of helps your decal to stick to the transfer. Okay, now that I've got that moved, I'm just going to try to center it on the front of my box. Remember I told you when I pulled that hardware off it left a couple little places, and it's really okay. It's going to be mostly seen from the street anyway. So I just want to kind of center it in the bottom of my box. And I'm going to take my handy ball again and just roll it out. You have to be very patient. Okay, I'll even go over it a couple of times with my flat scraper. Just really push it down, try to get it to transfer onto this box. And then we're going to peel up the clear part. And the vinyl that I use is good for window decals and things like that, so it's really not necessary to come back and put any sealant over this. But you could always come back and put a clear coat, a spray over top of it, just to kind of maybe make it even a little more weather resistant. My door is really covered up under my porch as well, so I really don't have to worry about it getting wet or anything like that either. So really don't have any need for that. But if your door's a little more exposed, then you may want to go back just to kind of, you know, reassure that it's going to stay on there, all that work that you've put into it. So there's my decal. And then I have some pretty flowers left over from our project last year, these tulips. So I'm just going to put them down inside my box like this. Kind of arrange them a little bit. And because the top cavity is so big, I'm going to use a piece of foam that I had and just kind of shove it in there to take up some of the void. And then I'm going to put some tulips in the top part as well. And you could put anything in this that you want to. You could put flowers in it, or you could put just regular greenery in it. Really anything that you might want. And this is not going into the styrofoam, because of course things always work the way we want them to the first time. And shove the rest of these down in there and get them in here until I feel like I've got as many as I want. Move them around and work them in. Maybe my piece of styrofoam's too big. I don't know. I may have to go back and pull it out and redo them. I do have a problem on my porch with birds nesting in whatever I hang on my front door. I've had one of those pretty wooden signs on there for the last year, so they'll probably be happy to see this. They'll think it's another homestead. We'll just have to wait and see. If it is, it is. Take it down and let them have it till they're done with it. I'm just gonna put these in, and if I feel that's not enough or too much, I'll just have to rearrange. Let's see. I think they just need to come down a little. I do think my piece of styrofoam is a little too big. But I'll go back and adjust that later and get them just right. Now, because I'm gonna hang this on my front door, there's two little hooks here on the back, and I'm just gonna take a piece of jute and run it across there, and you'll get to see the ugly back of this where I was trying to figure out which paint color I wanted. Make sure it's not going anywhere. And there we go. So, originally a $79 mailbox from Pottery Barn that I got at the thrift store for $4.25. And I painted it out, added a cute little decal and some flowers. And I think it's gonna be really cute on my front door. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.